was
gonna
all
be
that
able to
crazy
do?
stuff in the 70s with MK Ultra and all that. They were
Oh,
always they were already
yeah.
trying to do all that shit.
Oh, they were doing some wild shit in the 70s and the 60s. Yeah, that's with the book Chaos by Tom O'Neill. I talk
Right.
about it too much, and I'm sorry for everybody listening.
No, I've read it.
But
I'd love to
you read
read
it.
No, I haven't.
You
I'd
haven't
love
read it?
to, yeah.
It's about Manson. It's about Manson,
And
the
the
CIA,
tie-in
and
between
MK
the
Ultra.
CIA, right?
Yeah, MK Ultra. This
Fascinating
guy,
story.
Jolly West. He was also responsible for making Jack Ruby go crazy. He visited Jack Ruby in jail. And after he shot Lee Harvey Oswald, and then Jack Ruby was like saying, "They're burning the Jews." He's like hiding under his bunk, screaming like, "I'm in hell!" Like they fucking dosed him with acid.
Yeah.
Then they dosed Manson with acid, and I think they taught Manson. I mean, according to Tom O'Neill's research, which I trust, and it's an amazing book. Tom O'Neill was a guy who was a neighbor for my friend Greg Fitzsimmons. And he was like, "Hey, what are you working on?" He's like, "Oh, I'm writing this article about Charles Manson and the anniversary of the Manson family murders." He starts writing it 20 years ago, and he starts doing research, and he can't get the article out. It's just too much research. He's doing too much, and it extends fucking forever. He keeps having to give money back, and like the publishers are freaking out at him. And then finally, they got him someone to help him and an editor to sit down with him, and he puts out this masterpiece. And this book is called Chaos, and it's the definitive book on Charles Manson, the Manson family, and their ties to the CIA. And it's fucking crazy.
Very cool.
It's crazy. They did it to discredit the hippie movement.
Right.
They had this guy and these flower children. They had them go out and fucking murder people, and they talked them into doing it with acid, and they trained them how to do it through the techniques that he learned through MK Ultra. Yeah,
insanity.
it's like it's pretty definitive. I mean, when you read it, you know it doesn't leave a lot to imagination. Yeah, it's like pretty much that's what they did. And, you know, they were involved in all kinds of shit with that back then. You know, that's the Stanford prison experiments. That's the Harvard LSD studies. The Harvard LSD studies, when they did that, you know who was in that? The fucking Unabomber.
Really?
The Unabomber, yeah, Ted Kaczynski. He was a part of the Harvard LSD studies. He was already fucked up. Like his brother said he was already fucked up because when he was young, there's a great documentary on him that's on Netflix. It's really good.
Right.
And in it, they talk about how he was ill when he was a child, when he was a baby. And they put him in like this, I guess some sort of a hospital. And in this hospital, they didn't pick him up. They just let him cry in a crib for like weeks and months. And like he had no human touch.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so he became like this
that'll make
complete
you mental,
fucking
right?
psychopath. And then on top of that, they put him in the Harvard LSD studies. So then and then he writes the manifesto and then starts fucking killing people because he thinks, rightly so, that technology is going to replace human beings, which I think is probably as crazy as he was. He probably
onto
saw something